The electric flash of Reece Walsh slicing through defenders like a lightning bolt, only for his world to shatter off field in a heartbreak so raw it's left the NRL's golden boy questioning if he can even lace up for the grand final. Whispers of betrayal, sleepless nights, and a mind unraveling. Could this be the end of his dynasty before it peaks? Hold on tight, because what comes next will leave you stunned. If that hook hit you like a Walsh grubber kick, smash that like button right now, drop a comment with your prediction. Will he play or fold? And subscribe to Aussie Sports Central for the unfiltered truth on Aussie sports drama. Your support fuels these deep dives, so let's dive in. Reece Walsh wasn't just a player, he was a phenomenon, a 22-year-old prodigy whose speed blurred the lines between man and myth on the rugby league field. Born in Queensland's sun-baked heartland, he exploded onto the scene with the Brisbane Broncos, his evasive footwork turning games into personal symphonies of chaos. Fans chanted his name like a war cry, and off-field, life mirrored that thrill, a whirlwind romance with Freda that bloomed amid the roar of crowds. They met young, fiery, both chasing dreams in a world that devours the unprepared. By 2021, their daughter Leila arrived, a tiny spark igniting Walsh's resolve to be more than a star. He became a father, juggling nappies and night shifts with training sessions that pushed his body to breaking. The couple's bond seemed unbreakable, shared tattoos whispering promises under stadium lights, social media feeds glowing with family snapshots that painted perfection. But perfection cracks under pressure, and for Walsh, the NRL spotlight burned hottest. As his fame skyrocketed, state of origin heroics, endorsement deals flooding in, their private paradise began to fray. Late-night arguments echoed through their Brisbane home, fueled by the relentless tour schedule that stole Walsh away for weeks, leaving Freda to solo parent amid paparazzi flashes. Whispers started. Was the fairy tale fracturing? Then, in a bombshell that rocked the league's inner circles, it happened, a public unraveling in late 2023, confirmed via cryptic posts that hinted at irreconcilable rifts. Grew apart, they said, but insiders murmured darker tales, clashing ambitions, the suffocating glare of fame twisting love into resentment. Walsh, ever the showman, played on, but those who knew him saw the flicker in his eyes dim. Fast forward to 2025, and the ghosts of that split haunt him fiercer than any defender. Co-parenting Leila became a battlefield of custody calls and strained silences, each interaction a reminder of what was lost. And just when he thought he'd buried the pain, a leaked message surfaced, Freda's words cutting deeper than any sideline critique. You're choosing the game over us, forever. The revelation hit like a surprise Hiawatha, sending Walsh spiraling into isolation. His one noticed the hollow laughs in the locker room, the extra hours pounding the heavy bag not for fitness, but fury. Could this be the cliffhanger that derails his grand final redemption? Word count: 352. But wait, there's a twist that no one saw coming, a secret alliance that's either saving Reece Walsh or setting him up for the fall of his career. Enter the Broncos' inner sanctum, where coach Kevin Walters pulled him aside after a ragged training session, eyes sharp as a coach's whistle. You're not just carrying the ball, kid. You're carrying ghosts, Walters said, no nonsense. That sparked it, the reluctant admission that the breakup wasn't just a chapter closed, but a wound festering, infecting every sprint, every decision under pressure. Welcome to Aussie Sports Central, where we peel back the jerseys to expose the human storm beneath. Here, we are not chasing headlines. We are hunting truths that pulse like a heartbeat in overtime. And for Walsh, the truth was brutal. The mental toll of that split had morphed into anxiety's iron grip, nights blurred by what ifs and dawn patrols haunted by Leila's unanswered texts. Surprise surged through the team when he confessed during a team-building retreat. Raw, unfiltered, tears mixing with rain on a Gold Coast pitch. The boys rallied, but it was the quiet hire of a sports psychologist, borrowed from rival Cameron Munster's playbook, that flipped the script. Sessions in shadowed rooms, unpacking the debris of love lost. How Freda's departure echoed his own childhood fractures, a dad absent in the stands, leaving young Reece to chase validation on muddy fields. Each breakthrough felt like dodging a tackle, elusive, exhausting, but progress flickered. He journaled furiously, pages filled with affirmations scrawled in marker. For Leila, for the Bronco. Yet, doubt lingered like fog over Suncorp Stadium. As prelims loomed, a heated co-parenting dispute erupted. Freda accusing him of prioritizing footy over family time, tabloids feasting on the frenzy. Walsh vanished for a day, phone off, world holding breath. Where was he? Hiding in a mate's beach shack, staring at waves that mocked his turmoil? Or plotting a comeback that would silence the skeptics? The league buzzed with rumors. Is he cracking under the weight, or forging steel in the fire. Teammates whispered about benching him for the decider, sparing the star from self-destruction. But then, in a moment of pure surprise, Walsh re-emerged at captain's run, eyes blazing, declaring to the press, "Pain's my fuel now." The grand final ticket dangled like a dare, Melbourne Storm waiting, Billy Slater's machine primed to crush dreams anew. Will the breakup shadow eclipse his light, or ignite a performance for the ages? Hang on, because the next revelation will drop your jaw. Word count: 348. Deep into the maelstrom, Reece Walsh faced his darkest hour, a revelation so visceral it threatened to bench him before the whistle blew on grand final eve. Picture the scene. Accor Stadium's underbelly, hours ticking down to destiny, Walsh alone in the physio room, mirrors reflecting a man hollowed by heartbreak. The psychologist's words echoed, "You've armored your body, but your mind's exposed." That vulnerability cracked open floods of memory. Stolen weekends with Freda, her laugh cutting through post-game adrenaline, Leila's first steps wobbling toward his outstretched arms. But the breakup's undercurrent? A betrayal buried deep, rumors of Freda moving on swiftly, new faces in her stories that stabbed like errant passers. Walsh confronted it head-on in therapy, voice breaking as he admitted the jealousy gnawing at his core, twisting fatherly love into possessive fear. What if she fades me out too? The surprise came via an anonymous tip to his camp. Photos circulating of Freda at a rival player's event, sparks flying in plain sight. Was it salt in the wound, or fabricated fodder from jealous hacks? Walsh's phone buzzed with rage, but instead of lashing out, he channeled it, pounding pads until blisters bled, visualizing Storm defenders as the demons in his head. The Broncos' brain trust watched warily. Ezra Mam pulled him aside, bro-code unbreakable. "We've got your back, but you gotta show up whole." Yet, crack spiderwebbed, a missed family handoff with Leila, her tiny face crumpling in confusion, fueling nightmares of legacy lost. Mental health's silent thief had stolen his edge, sessions revealing PTSD-like flashes from the 2023 grand final loss, now amplified by personal apocalypse. Could he play? Insiders leaked doubts, Walter's contingency plan scribbled, Selwyn Cobbo warming the fullback role. The cliffhanger peaked at media day, Walsh's presser a minefield. Reporters probed, "How's the headspace, Reece?" His pause stretched eternal, crowd leaning in, then the bomb. "Tougher than any hit I've taken, but I'm built for this war." Flashbulbs popped like fireworks, but his eyes? Storm clouds brewing. Off MIC, to a trusted journo, "If I step out there broken, I break the team." The nation held breath, grand final odds shifting, punters hedging on a Broncos miracle sans their spark. But in a twist that electrified the ether, Walsh dropped a bombshell video to fans. Raw footage of him and Leila, dancing in the lounge, captions screaming resilience. Was this the Phoenix rising, or a desperate mask? As kickoff loomed, the question burned, Heartbreak's hostage or hero reborn? The answer's closer than you think, and it'll redefine everything. The grand final siren wailed, but for Reece Walsh, the real battle raged within, a symphony of suspense culminating in a denouement that etched his name eternal or erased it in infamy. Accor Stadium pulsed with 80,000 souls, purple haze clashing crimson thunder, yet Walsh's tunnel walk felt solitary, each step a referendum on his soul. The breakup spectre loomed largest now, mental fractures tested in the cauldron. Pre-game huddle, Walter's arm heavy on his shoulder, whispering you've conquered worse than love's wreckage. But doubt's whisper countered. What if you freeze? The whistle pierced, and chaos erupted. Storm's Cameron Munster, irony's cruel jester, dancing through gaps Walsh once owned. Early minutes. Disaster. A fumbled bomb, ghosts of Freda's final words echoing. "You're always dropping the ball." Crowd groaned, cameras zoomed on his falter, social feeds igniting with pity party posts. Was this the end? The shocking breakup claiming its ultimate victim? Teammates surged, Mams offload a lifeline, but Walsh's mind wandered, flashed to Leila's bedtime story unread, co-parenting calendar glaring empty slots. Then, the surprise that split the night. Halftime, down 12, he vanished to the sheds, not for tape, but tears, psychologist on speed dial, voice steady, breathe the pain out, play the dad she'd been for. Emerging, transformed, eyes like daggers, Walsh ignited. A grubber genius, 40-metre dart pinning Storm deep. Then, the try of the tournament, fainting left, accelerating into eternity, dotting under posts amid roars that shook foundations. Surprise led on shock, post-try, he kissed his wrist tattoo, Leila's name inked forever, a silent vow amid the maelstrom. The second half? Redemption's rampage. Walsh tallied 200 metres, 2 assists, his mental armour forged unbreakable. But the cliffhanger twisted vicious. Final minute, storm surge, Munster's chip chasing Walsh to the line. He scooped, spun, offloaded in a blur that defied physics, sealing Broncos' glory 28-20. Pandemonium, premiership secured, confetti raining, yet Walsh's joy fractured. Phone buzzing with Freda's congrats text, olive branch, or obligation. In the sheds, vulnerability peaked, interviews choked, admitting the war within, the psychologist's lifeline. Can he play? He didn't just play, he prevailed, proving Heartbreak's forge tempers the mightiest. Aussie Sports Central signing off. Hit subscribe for more tales where heroes bleed real. What's next for Walsh's heart and helmet? Comment below. Legends. Glory's sweetest when scarred.